Hi, Cancer babies. This is your July 2026 general tarot reading. We're going to take a look at just the general energies and then pull a couple cards for your money and a couple cards for your love life, and we'll pull you some oracles. So, happy birthday, Cancer, by the way. All right, so let's see what the cards have to say about the general overview for your life for the month of July 2026. We got the Knight of Wands. There could be some communication coming in. Or you're like stirring some pots. You're communicating in some way, but there's a message coming in that you want to make sure that you're keeping your eyes open for. Let's get some more information, and we'll find out like what that message is, and maybe how you'll hear it. We've also got the Five of Swords. So the cards are asking you to really like be decisive with how you're communicating, who you're communicating with, especially how you're communicating using any like technology, whether that be the internet or how you're communicating on social media. But just be very like careful with your words. Remember that things on the internet, like they never go away. There's always a record in one way or the other. So just keep that in mind when you're communicating. We've also got the Ace of Swords, Cancer. So another just indication that the words that you use and the things that you say are going to be very impactful this month. All right, let's see what else we've got for you, Cancer. The general overview. We've got the Lovers. So there could be a Gemini, but I really think maybe there's like a love situation happening, something brewing for you right now, whether it be like a romantic thing happening, or if that's not something in your life, then just finding something you're passionate about, something that makes you happy, something that makes you feel like fulfilled and loved. All right, let's get a couple more just about the general overview of your life, for your life this month, Cancer, and then we'll look at your love and money. And we've got the Empress. Cancer, this is one of your cards. You and Libra share this energy because it's a very much like nurturing energy, grounding energy, fertile energy. If you are a person who can get pregnant or make somebody else pregnant, and if that is something you want to do this month, then there's like good luck for that. But if you don't want to do that, then just make sure you have barriers up, you know? Okay, so let's take a look at your love life now, Cancer. With that said, let's pull some cards about the general love life for you this month for July 2026. We've got the Ace of Cups. So Cancer, this is your second ace in the reading because you had an Ace of Swords. So this means that there's new beginnings. That communication that I mentioned that could be coming in, that could be coming in through social media. Like if you're on a dating app or something is what I'm saying, you might want to just like maybe swipe a little bit more if you're not usually swiping, or find a way to engage with the outside world, because there's some opportunities for love, like new love. And if you're already in something with someone, then there's opportunities for like new like levels of that love to develop, you know. And like I said, there's a possibility for making a new person, like pregnancy. We've also got for your love life another ace, the Ace of Wands. Uh, there's a lot of creation energy right now, Cancer. There's a lot of like new beginnings, new things happening. It's your birthday month. It's your whenever each sign like comes around again, that means that's a sign that it's like your anniversary. It's like your rebirth for the year. And so you just want to make sure that you're engaged with the world. So go out, have fun, celebrate. Say hello to somebody, smile at somebody if you normally wouldn't. But there's like a lot of opportunity for, if you're willing to participate, then the universe is willing to like hand you a romantic opportunity. And we've got Hope. So in this deck, there's a couple of oracle cards, and I left them in, so in addition to the tarot. And so with the Hope card, this is just really saying like, the cards are asking you to be hopeful about your love life, to be hopeful about what can happen, to be hopeful about like just the possibilities. And if you're not feeling that right now, if you've been in a place where maybe romantically you're in a slump, or if you're in a relationship and things have been a little rocky, just be hopeful that things can get better. and that this is your renewal period because it's your month, Cancer. John Ochoa, do I remember you? I do remember your name, yes, to which I'm reading for you in before. Welcome. Anyway. All right, so Cancer, back to you about your love life for the month. We've got the Three of Cups. So like I said, Three of Cups is about celebrating. Three of Cups is about going out. It's about having fun. So like I said, the cards are asking you to go out and engage with the world and like interact with people, because that's where because there's an opportunity. There's many opportunities for you to meet people for like love, or if you're just trying to like hook up and just have some fun, which is fine. There's an opportunity for that too. So the cards are really saying like, go out, it's your birthday month, celebrate, and be hopeful that things can work out well, you know, because they can. You just have to be able to imagine it and see it. John, I got new cards. Yes, actually, I have about 25 decks or so. So I just like rotate the ones that like feel right at, at the time for the reading. Thank you for noticing. All right, so more about your love life, Cancer. We've got the Devil. So this doesn't mean evil. This means like could be a Capricorn, because the Devil card is associated with Capricorn. But the Devil is about like obsession, about thinking too much. It's about like just so much and being so focused on like one outcome that you can't see all the other outcomes. And so the cards are asking you to stay hopeful in whatever can happen. There's so many possibilities of things that can happen, and if your focus is like this narrow thing, then you might miss these like blessings and these amazing things and amazing people that are all around you, because you're like, oh, I just want this one. I just think it can, or I think I can only be happy in this one way. And so that's what that Devil energy is, thinking that there's only one way for you to be happy, or one way for things to work out in your best possibilities. All right, so we'll take just one more card for your love life, and then we're going to take a look at your money, Cancer. We've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a portal card. At least that's how I read it. So this means that there's this is everything I've been saying about your love life, meaning that there's opportunity for things to happen and for what you want to happen. You just have to be hopeful. You have to keep your eyes open. If you get stuck in this obsessive Devil energy, then just do anything. Take a shower. Go for a walk. Watch some video on YouTube. Whatever it is that's gonna change that moment where you're obsessed, and just change the way your brain is functioning. The cards are asking you just to be open to change right now for your love life. Cute. John, you did not see that. Oh, you were playing a game. Cool. Well, welcome to the reading. All right, so we're gonna look at Cancer's money for the month of July now. And then we'll pull some oracle cards. So starting off for your money, you got the Three of Swords. I know that looks scary, but I don't want you to be scared, because the Three of Swords is about a difficulty, something that has been painful, finally ending. Finally you have the opportunity for this to shift and change. So as you've had this portal energy with your money, we're gonna get some more clarity on it. So don't worry too much, Cancer. I know that can be a scary card when it comes to your finances, but you don't gotta be scared. Let's see what else we've got happening. We've got the World. Okay, so this is about an ending. There's maybe been a difficulty at a job. Maybe a shift that you have been working has just been really hard, and so finally you're able to not do that. You get a better shift, or you're getting a new job and you're just maybe the stress of looking for a job has been difficult, or that certain job you're working now has just been really hard, but it's finally ending, and so that's like a really good thing. And if you look at the World card, this is about completion. This is about cycles moving, and it's a positive card. It's a card of like us being able to sort of recycle and get the lessons that we have learned previously and apply that to something better. We've also got the Seven of Pentacles. So this is, I do think this is about work. I think this is about either, I mean, maybe some people like are getting new jobs, but I think there's just like new, I was gonna say avenues, but like new ways that you can like do your job. So maybe you're in a different department, or like I said, working a different shift, or just something is changing about work, and it's a really good thing. It might seem at first like it's a little bit harder, your new job or your new assignment, but I think it's gonna eventually make things easier. So you might have this moment of ouch, this transition, this shift is difficult, but I do think it'll work out in your best interest, Cancer. John wants to know, why do I have a lot of cards? Because I like them. I like collecting things. Well, at least cards. Okay, so we've also got the Two of Swords. This is your second two, Cancer, in your reading. And I really read the two card as like a portal, like I said before. So we had the Two of Wands back here. Where did it go? In your love life. So with the Two of Swords, I'm gonna grab that for you. Here we go. So with this, all of this portal energy, all of this change, it's just very important right now that you're, with your money, you're like keeping your eyes open to anything that could be happening, or like if you're signing any contracts, like read the whole contract, make sure you know what it is that you're signing, but don't dig your head into the sand. If something is difficult, if something feels hard, don't pretend like it's not happening. Just, deal with it in the ways that you can. All right, so let's get a couple more cards for your money, Cancer. We've got the Magician. I love this for this. We're gonna make this the last card for your money. We're gonna pull some oracles though. But I love that this is saying that with your money, you have these opportunities and these ways to create what you want. So where we started your money reading with the Three of Swords, with this difficulty and the world and all of this transition, we end with the Magician, which means that you have the ultimate power and ultimate control here with what happens with your money this month. And if you believe in manifestation, if that's a thing for you, it is for me. Use that. Like, use whatever you can. Make your vision board. Apply for the jobs. And that could be actually very much you realizing this month that, like, what you're doing for money is not the thing you want to be doing. Maybe you realize you've accomplished and gained everything you can from this one career, and it's time to do something else, time to transition and change. And so that's why you have the Magician, because you have the ultimate power here with your money, Cancer. So this is a really good, I like this a lot for you. All right, so let's pull some oracle cards now on what you should watch out for, and then we'll pull just some general oracles. John wants to know which one was the first card. The very first card I pulled for Cancer today was, let's see, it was the Knight of Wands, this one. That was the general energy. All right, so Cancer, what you should watch out for. We've got anxiety or just too much coffee. So feeling restless or anxious, or just like, getting stuck in your feelings. So thinking back to, we had the Devil energy in your love life, like again, hyper fixating and focusing on things is really what you want to watch out for this month, Cancer. So I wouldn't worry like with your finances and, some cards that had like just some rough edges to them. I would worry more about just getting stuck in your emotions. And we've got even your spirit guide quit. So disillusionment and abandonment. So feeling like you're alone, feeling like your spirit guide quit, or just, feeling like you don't have help in this world, because you do. And Cancer, you're very like spiritually inclined and spiritually plugged in and connected sign. So you do have a lot of energy and space here to get the things you want. And even if there's a couple of moments of difficulty, I wouldn't worry about it. You could just ask for help. If you pray, then pray, or like meditate, however you manifest. I would do that. I think that's really going to benefit you. John, you are the card. Sweet, you're the Knight of Wands. All right, so just some general oracles before we finish up the reading for Cancer. We've got a love spell. You've been bewitched. Do not do love spells. There is a movie that just came out. It's called Obsession, or it came out a little bit ago. But anyway, it's about like somebody who does a love spell, and like those things are real. So don't do them, and do some cleansing if you feel like you are under a love spell, or if you feel like you are like obsessive about somebody. Then maybe get a reading or something, or do a cleanse. We've also got sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. So my belief is that like when we are interacting with that sort of like sexual energy, it's so powerful that we can like sort of affect each other with that energy beyond like a physical way. So like spiritual cleansing is always a good thing, is what I'm going to say again. Spiritual cleansing is always a good thing. All right, so one more for Cancer before we close up the reading. We've got intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. So again, if there's somebody that you're feeling fixated on, question why. Take some time and like have some time to yourself if that's what you need, Cancer. But like with these cards, with this love spell and like the sexuality stuff, just, I would just be very thoughtful about how you're interacting with people right now. All right, John, you're the card with the skeleton alone. Sweet. Well, I have a lot of skeleton cards. That's my thing. Anyway, I will be back in just a few minutes because I'm going to do one more short general reading. And I will see y'all later. If you're still watching, by the way, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you want to hug the subscribe button, I do live readings very frequently. John says, because you don't have school and now you're alone, so you don't play with anyone. How old are you, John? Because just keep in mind, like, these readings are not for folks under 18. They are for adults, is all I'm going to say. All right, so I'm going to close up the reading, and you're 12 years old. Okay, well, John, make sure that your parent is aware of what you're watching. Just keep that in mind, okay? I'm glad to have you here, but make sure your parents approve of everything you're watching, okay? All right, so we're going to close up the reading, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back in a few minutes.